Oh, I just like clicked on them twice. But it says warning, your settings are at 8, recommended are 2. I'm not sure what that means.
I've never used Restream.
Restream is allowing me to go on all these multiple platforms.
Yeah, we haven't had any problems until today.
Yeah, so this is the first one. Sorry for those of you. Well, they wouldn't know because they're just they're not
Yeah.
on Twitch, or they were on there for a second because they were commenting earlier, so something went
Yeah,
down.
it was up for about like 10 to 14 minutes or something like that.
Oh, it looks like I have to
Last I
buy.
checked.
Oh man, that's how they monetize. How dare you guys? All right, so let's do 10 hours.
10 hours.
Garbage.
You could probably just end the stream, start up again.
No, it should work as soon as I make this payment. I'm positive. Let me go ahead and do
Oh,
it.
you're buying Restream?
No, I already have it, but it's just the. Sorry, I'm just thinking. It's just like they have some sort of like transcoding thing that you need to purchase, I guess, to let things work. So, pay $20, and then if this doesn't work, then I just gave them $20 for nothing. Whatever.
And you contact contact them and get your money back.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's see now. Let's go back to the dashboard. Because I did this earlier, but I thought it was like a performance thing. But I guess they're just like, nah. Okay. Yeah. See, now it says it's online for all of them. And they're seeing there's a warning that my setting is as 2. What does that mean? Edit settings. Yeah, just edit. Yeah, whatever. Oh yeah, so totally I have to get like transcoding hours. I wonder if I can get unlimited, so I don't have to worry about it.
I know if you, I don't know exactly what you're buying right now, but if you pay Restream, you can stream on Facebook.
Yeah. Well, that's what I have. That's why I have like a subscription, so I can do it. Yeah.
Oh, then you should be able to get the chat in there too. You got to contact them. You do it through their website.
Got it. Okay, I'll do that next time.
Yeah,
so
I can help you when you want to do it.
So the stream is just cut back up. So for those of you on my YouTube, because this is all recorded, I'm sorry, you guys missed out on the first part, and I pinged quickly, which is unfortunate, because if you miss like 10 minutes, then you miss like a lot of what I've done, so you can't go back and watch it again. So sorry, guys. Yeah, see, Peter's now like, wait a minute, Photoshop on iPad? Really?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, technology is like crazy. It's gonna move so quickly. You know.
I'm wondering if it's gonna start with Photoshop, and since Adobe's huge, if it does well, other software companies are gonna move theirs over, like 3D packages, because I feel like that's the main thing missing right now from iPad.
Oh sure, I don't see. It's just like a few generations away, my man. You know, it's really close. In fact, right now, arguably, it is powerful enough to probably run some of these lower tier 3D softwares. Just nobody's decided to do that. Like, I even started thinking, like, maybe I should do that. Like, create, like, a Silo-esque 3D platform on iPad. Like, program it myself. But I already tried to do tools for a little bit, and I get incredibly bored. And so, maybe I'll try again. Maybe I just should ignore my boredom. Especially if it makes me a billionaire. Maybe I shouldn't be so upset or sad that I don't know how to do 3D stuff right away, and it bores me. But anyway, yeah, sorry for my YouTube friends. For those of you who are just joining, you might have missed a lot of the painting, but you avoided a lot of the political rant, which I know most of you guys would probably be relieved. And so we get to art. If you guys have any art questions, feel free to start asking. I'm going to stream for another half an hour or so. Yep, as soon as you can run a 3D program from browser or cloud rendering, you won't need to buy a crazy computer. That's already happening. There already is some really good 3D stuff. But I guess to your point, right? Like, it has to be popular. Like, someone's got to PUBG it, right? Take a already well-established genre and then just make it more popular.
Microsoft, they have Azure Cloud, powerful enough to do that. but they haven't figured it out how yet.
They just need devs, right?
Yeah.
And they need people that know and like will support the community and the tools, so that way they can evolve. But you know, we're just speculating. I'm almost positive they actually might already have a team working on something tools related.
Yeah, pretty sure they.
Yeah, but I think they actually enable more, like they enable the tool creators, not necessarily make tools themselves. Because the only tools that they have are like Microsoft Word and stuff like that, right? And then like the actual operating system, but they don't like have a one-off.
No.
Anyway, this music, Mike. I'm sorry, but I might abandon it.
Go ahead, dude.
It's totally copyright free. I can't imagine. I can't imagine someone just being like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm jamming out to this.
I wonder if there is some like subset of people that just love stock music. They're just like, that's all they listen to. And
my complaint with copyright-free music is it's all like techno EDM type stuff.
Yeah, because it's
there's
neutral.
No, like, yeah, there's no like rap or anything, or even alternative.
I'm sure there might be, but it's just not as popular.
I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just not as popular. That's probably why it's harder to find. But it's just because rap is too ethnic, dude, and then alternative is too rebellious. But like techno, it's just like, yeah, we can all get around that. It's robot music.
Robot.
Bleep bloop bloop.
Yeah, there's no hate here. It's just robots making music. Good here.
Until the robots take over.
Oh yeah.
And then it becomes hardcore rap. It's EDM music.
That's the fake news. Robots have already taken over. They've been using the stock music and slowly putting subliminal messages in our mind. You know, I don't think Trump is a bad guy after all. Actually, guys, after just listening to this music for half an hour, I think he's got good ideas. Got him.
Yeah.
Got him.
Fake news.
Can I ask you what your opinion is? Oh, I read that all wrong. Can I ask what is your opinion of 3D hybrid concept art for characters? Bob Bliss, for example, or would you maintain 2D is the standard and proper way to go? What's up, Josh? There is no standard other than the standard that people make and then they keep working on, right? But like the idea that like there is this definitive standard, that's probably a better way of saying it, sorry. It's not true. It's always, the paradigm is always changing. Okay? Like right now it's whatever it may be, right? I think like this like incredible 3D, like high res, high detailed fidelity, right? But it's just whatever people prefer at the time, right? And right now that's what it is. And I feel indifferent. I don't mind. I think people who do this, like I know many people who are artists that use these different tools, and it's incredible. And I'm inspired actually by the majority of them. But I generally will say that learning 2D, the advantage of learning 2D, because there is an advantage, right, in every medium. And the advantage that I found in 2D is that you just acquire more of like a deeper understanding to a lot of things, because it really requires that you have to do that, right? Where 3D, you could still do that. I don't think that's actually impossible with 3D. You just have to actively participate in learning that kind of stuff. Where if you don't, you'll easily just let stuff like form and perspective kind of slip your mind, right? Because that still comes for free. But if you're actively like trying to learn perspective while you're using 3D, you can totally do it without ever learning 2D, right? The same way that I realized that learning traditional painting skills was a really good skill to have to be able to paint, you know, effortlessly in digital, right? But I had to actively think that way because digital tools are so get out of here, okay, Google. Digital tools are so diverse and so plentiful of all options that you can easily just avoid a lot of like the traditional problems that you normally need to encounter to understand things. So I'm not too against 3D or photo bashing or The only real thing that I usually have a strong aversion against is just straight up plagiarism. It's pretty clear. I don't think there's any debate there. Okay. And I mean like straight up, like take someone's work, put your name on it, right? Or like paint almost an exact replica of someone else's design. And that's bad news. Okay. And that's usually something that I give people advice to avoid.
Wait, wasn't there a guy that took your
You're on
stuff,
camera.
posted on like his own art station or something? Was that
Yeah,
the guy?
he took like all of my work, and not all of my work. He took like a lot of my work, and he took a lot of other people's work, and he just he just made it his work, and then people are like, "Hey, the hell?" And yeah, I remember I followed the guidelines on ArtStation. For those of you who aren't sure what those are, you basically should you should first reach out to them, like to the person who's doing this, and then you should file an official complaint to ArtStation, something along those lines. And so that's exactly what I did.
I came to ruin the stream.
Get out of here.
Wait,
Too much
hold on one
diversity.
What?
Too much diversity.
Too much.
Hold on.
diversity. Oh,
I'll be
no.
right back. My wife is... Oops. Turn off pure ref. I don't need this.
This is what happens as soon as I get here.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, dude. I can't trust this guy.
Things fall apart.
Alright, I'm back.
What?
What happened to Biso showed up?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna end the stream, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
I always try to time it just for that last 10 minutes.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Are you excited for Wakanda Con?
I am pretty excited for it.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
got a bunch of stuff going.
yeah, I think it's gonna be cool just to at the least just hang out. I think it'd be cool to hang out with you guys. Should be fun.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely am curious what it's going to be like, since obviously it's their first year, but I've never been to a convention before, so I have like zero expectations.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you probably might not want to. I don't know. We'll see. You might not want to use this as a standard because it is going to be their first, and I predict there's going to be a lot of structural problems. I'm hoping not, but I'm not saying that as like they don't know what they're doing. It's just really hard. It's really hard.
Oh, of course.
Like I managed my own like event. It was like 150 people, and it was really challenging. You know, and it was really expensive too. I was like, what the, right? And so I imagine that's kind of what's happening, and I don't think they're just gonna have 100 people. I think like their roster of people are showing up or above 100 people. I think so. Like to manage your guests as well as managing like the people that are going to attend the event. That's I can imagine it's really gonna be hard.
Of course.
But
Yeah, I'd say if Sony can have technical difficulties at E3, which they do every year, then
yes.
anybody can. So
Yeah, but I do want them to do well. You know, like Trojan Horse, the same thing happened, like which is the really popular event that they used to host in Portugal. And I remember Andre used to tell me, he's like, "Yeah, this is really hard." And I was like, "I bet, dude." And his events are like off the chain; they're incredible, right? But it's really hard, so they had to find other ways to find sustainability, and I think they found some. Right. I know some people had some, critical opinions about the changes, but I get it, dude. It's not easy, man. It's really hard. Like it's hard to maintain some sort of like homey, like really kind of beautiful art retreat type of feeling, you know, and also try to expand. Like that's going to be impossible, almost. Yeah. Right? Like you, if you really want to maintain something like that, like you would have to just generally just make it a completely private event, and just
I was
always
gonna say you limit the number of people who can come, and just like.
But that's the thing. You would like not even invite new people. Probably like if you did, it would be just very rare. It'll be like some sort of like religion, you know. But that's like the way you would maintain that kind of structure, right? Like because you just know that nothing's changed. You know everything's the same. You don't have to appease the gods.
Listen, give thanks to Toasterhead.
Yeah, and so anyway, but I've never been, so I don't really I don't have any opinion on it other than what I've heard, and even that I'm still in the favor of on their side because I think that their event's really good. I think it's a really good event, and it's mostly positive. Everybody genuinely loves it, and so I'm excited to see how these guys handle like their first con.
Oh, the other big one is Massive Black Workshop.
Oh yeah, someone asked that if I was going to go. I'm going to actually try to go because it's in Seattle, and I was trying to find.
Oh, it was in Seattle.
Oh,
Was it Redwood?
Now you listen.
You don't even know.
Or it's like in Washington, maybe. Maybe I was wrong. It's not Seattle exactly.
It's definitely in that.
There's something
Redwood,
coming
right.
to me finally. Oh, Redmond's down the street, bro.
Yeah,
No,
the
right?
Massive Black.
Oh, it just got canceled right now after Michael. I don't know how Massive Black heard.
I think there's a Microsoft office in Redmond.
Actually, they said it's
They're
on
doing
the
college.
That's the headquarters.
Take your time. Take your time. One at a time. I'll let Tabisa talk.
I was saying it's actually still on. It just said Michael can't go.
Oh, okay, got it.
Oh, you guys hate me.
And then what did you say, Garma? You said something?
Oh no, I was just saying the location.
That's Gurma?
No.
Like
This
my
is-
Gurma?
What do you mean your Garma? Yeah.
The Gurma that I love.
Yeah, you left and you never came back.
I know, I'm sad. I miss you.
Damn.
Typical blacks. Yeah, right.
Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I gotta come visit again.
Yeah, better hurry up.
It's good times.
Because California, it's gonna
It's
implode.
going away.
Yeah, it's only got.
I'm actually moving now. So
Oh, what? Where are you moving?
back to the East Coast.
Ugh.
God damn it, Gurma.
Because you left me. I was been waiting.
I know, right?
Going to the East Coast.
Last time I was, or I guess the only time I came to California was when AJ had a surgery.
Was that long? You came specifically for AJ?
No, there was a
Oh, dude,
mixer,
I came for John.
but then
Not
I
for
wasn't
you.
able to hang out because I had a surgery. I was like
Oh
recovering from it.
yeah.
Remember, I came to hang out with John and you guys. It was a good time.
You should have walked it off, AJ.
I should have. You're right.
Oh,
Speaking of conventions, the mixer coming up.
It's not a convention.
I mean, it's
Oh
similar.
my gosh, you're gonna hype it too much now. People
God,
gonna
I'm
show up
trying to say.
and they'll just play ping pong. And,
It's a mixer.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna be in early August. We're gonna hang out, draw, paint,
Oh.
play
be a
games. Should be fun.
Michael, you should make that.
Go where? I'm not listening to any of you guys.
I'm saying you should come to the mixer.
What you
August
gonna
16th.
Oh, I'll be. I have to go some with my grandpa. I'm going on a road trip to some bridge location.
You should make it to a road trip to Irvine. Say, Grandpa, let's take a detour.
I love Florida.
Take a 12-hour detour.
Some people in the chat, they said, are you planning to go to like a big convention like San Diego Comic-Con? I was actually invited. Like several people like reached out to me. They were like, "Hey, you want to go hang out?" Like Proco, you guys know Proco? Like the
Yeah, man.
The drawing guy.
yeah, like the sure. That doesn't.
Figure drawing. The figure
That's
drawing.
incredibly limiting, right? Like that limits out perfectly. Yeah, the anatomy drawing guy, right? The guy that draws. Come on, there's so many
The art
people.
guy.
Oh my god. Oh, the guy. the person who is a man. Yeah, that's all we needed. That's all the information we need.
I said figure in my head.
I know. I'm sure you did, but that's not what you said. Anyway, I know what you meant. Though it's just funny. He reached out to me on Instagram. I was like, oh, cool, yeah, of course, I would love to meet you, but I don't know if I'm going to be going to San Diego Comic-Con, just because I'm like already going to a couple other events so soon. So it's just like I don't know if I can manage it. Like I don't think I have the bandwidth. You know, and so yeah, I don't, like it's one thing too. Like I don't have a ticket, right? So I'll just be kind of hanging out. So the only reason I would probably go, and the reason that I'm probably gonna try to go if I had any reason at all, would just to be to like make it like a family trip and go with the kids and the wife, and just hang out, and then like whenever there's opportune time, I'll just go out and meet up with some people, right? But I'm sure I can meet up with him in some other instances, because I think he is in LA, so it's not like I can't meet some of these people. Like another person too, that they're up in LA as well. And I'm like, we could just hang out. In my mind, I'm like, we could just hang out outside of Comic-Con. We don't have to wait for these huge events.
I was gonna say, I imagine it'd be very funny. You just show up at SDCC and you're trying to get in without a ticket, and they're just like, "Oh, you actually need a ticket to get in." And someone walks up. You don't know who he is?
I wish that's how it works.
He's the drawing guy.
He's the drawing guy, dude. The guy that draws.
Drawing guy, man. Gotta let him in.
Oh, what? He draws? All right.
Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. You go right in.
The drawing guy came to Comic-Con. Came to Comic-Con.
You know, a good way you probably could get in is if you just have like epic cosplay. Like, I think they don't question you. They know that you're just
cosplay.
Huh? What do you say?
You'd think this guy belongs here.
Yeah.
Or it's just like no one would dress up that much unless they already had a ticket.
Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of time and money that we spent is well above the ticket cost, and so that's another way in. I actually usually get in by just passing tickets. It's like the easiest, or badges. It's like the easiest way to get in. Like if you really want to get in, like you just have somebody give you their badge. Like you have two people go in, one person comes out, two people go in again. And that's how I used to get in before. But now sometimes what ends up happening is that people will have like exhibitor, like extra guest passes. And then I tell them I'm down there, and they'll be like, "Hey, I'll just get you in," and they'll just give me a badge, and that works out great.
Nice.
But the last time I went, I didn't even go in once, because there's so much going on outside, and I just tell people to meet me outside, like just meet me at this bar or this restaurant, and then they meet me, and then we just hang out, you know. And sometimes I get invited to parties. It's great, you know. That's why I always tell people like it's really valuable to make lots of friends, you know, in the industry. Not just for like great like opportunities to get a job, but just like little perks like that, you know. I remember when David Lesperance was working at because me and him are really good friends online. We talk all the time. He basically was working at Valve at the time when I was at GDC, and he's like, "Hey, you want to go a glitch mob like party, a Valve party where the glitch mob is part of?" And I'm like, yeah. And so he just put me on the list, and I just went in and I just partied. It was great.
It's also good to just have friends.
No.
Oh, no.
You're missing the point, dude. It's only good to have friends so you can do cool stuff. No, but you're right. Like it is just good to just have friends. I agree with that. That's why I'm doing the mixer. That's literally the sole purpose of like doing mixers. Because like to the point that I was just making, like why do we have to go to San Diego Comic-Con to hang out? Like I hang out with Jamaro like very rarely, and we're like really good friends. And every time we hang out, we're always in a different country. Right? Like we were gonna hang out again, and like since the last time we hang out was in Spain, and we were going to hang out again, but it was gonna be in Chicago, right? But he had a bone out of it. But you see, I was telling him, I was like, it's happening again. We're not hanging out.
You guys are both in Irvine.
Yeah, we live like literally like less than 10 miles away from each other, and we hardly hang out. And it's not his fault or my fault. It's just really hard to schedule when you have kids and you work I get it, but it's just so funny that we have to. It's like such a hard thing. That's why I'm like deliberately making events that are just us pitching in and we just all hang out. You know, like literally, that's like the best way to get people to hang out. Is just make like a big thing, and then people will go. And so that's my goal with this, right? But yeah, it's just funny that that's true. But anyway, yeah, I'm not probably gonna go to San Diego Comic Con or New York one. I've never been to New York though. I would love to go, just to go for the sake of going to New York. Japan, same thing. Like I would love to just go to Japan, like just to go, and enjoy the cultures. But anyway, all right, we're reaching 5 o'clock. I saw Stephen Oakley. Hey, what's up? I see all kinds of people up in here. Great. But now I'm leaving, now that Stephen Oakley is here. For real. No, I love myself some Oakleys. Alright, but I will say that the YouTube video might be shortened, but if you guys go to my Facebook, I think it also saves there as well. The stream, so if you missed the first part of it, like specifically the painting, you can ignore the political rants that might have began that conversation, and you can just watch the artwork. That's all fine. It's up to you. But then for those of you on Twitch too, the same thing. I think it's true. Like the Twitch stream is probably only portioned. So yeah, just go and watch on Facebook instead, and it's just at Robotpencil on Facebook. Alrighty then. So this is my weird lady. What? What'd you say?
It's a nice hat, by the way.
Oh, don't look at me, you creep. How dare you? Don't stare at me, man. Yeah, I normally don't use the webcam, but I was like, I should start using it again if I'm gonna do these streams. Alright. Yeah, I did the stream a little earlier today because I'm gonna be going out, hanging out with some friends for a little bit. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all. You guys have a great day and a great evening and a great morning wherever you're at in the country. Thanks for all those of you who hung out during the stream. It's appreciated. Next time I think, yeah, let's do this. The next stream, what I'll do is just answer questions. How about that? Because I always say I'm going to answer, but then I talk a lot about other stuff. So I'll just make it more of like a Q&A as well as I'll paint some stuff. Something that's very similar to like what I do for my mentorship. But since there's going to be a lot more questions, I'm just going to rapid fire through as many as I can. All right. Anyways, thanks guys for hanging out with me too in the chat.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Peace.
So that way I don't just talk by myself. All right. Latest, friends.